Hey guys, it's another sunny day. I'm out. I think it's 10 something in the morning, but it's already hot. So I just came out of the house and I don't know how long I'm gonna stay out, but because it's hot and I don't know if it's good for the babies to be in the hot. Hello, gorgeous. Hello, precious. They're so cute. Here's Happy. I'm happy to announce there is no yellow blanket, but I couldn't find it anyway, so Happy's fine. As long as she's okay with the bunny in the thrift shop, I'm okay. So here's another idea for you guys. If you are a family-oriented person, especially a mom, a lady who wants to be a mom and wants to stay home with her babies, and well, nowadays everybody works, work from home and like have online job or whatever. With the pandemic, that is allowed too nowadays, more than ever. So if you're a family oriented person, I suggest you do your research very well before you decide to go to Japan and work there, because I promise you one thing, I don't think I can do it. It's not my type of thing. It's not like, and to be honest with you, the very professor who was teaching Japanese in the university that I was in, you guys just look at the water. They fill the water from the ditches and it comes down, and when it's overflowing, it starts floating everywhere. So they're getting ready this land, just like this one, for the rice. And there's a machine that puts it into certain distance. Anyway, sorry about that. I just thought it was really cool to show you about the rice fields. This one on my left also is it's just ready for it's filled with water, so they're gonna put the rice in. It has to be filled with water. The dirt has to be underneath. It has to be muddy, and really rice needs lots of water to start with, and then it dries out, and then it becomes like muddy stuff. Yeah, I'm passing through a nowadays very busy road because it's like a clinic, hospital thingy, not too far from our house. So anyways, so I did not do my research of life in Japan, but I do remember my professor. He was a cute little Japanese person. I'm not sure if he's teaching there anymore. See, I finished in 2008. Pretty sure he taught more than that afterwards, but it's just 2021 now, so I'm not sure. But he came from Japan. I don't remember which part of Japan, to Hawaii, and he married a local Japanese, like a Hawaiian Japanese lady, and his father helped him to find to buy a property. So they own a house in Hawaii, which is a big deal, because if you don't own a house in Hawaii, it's really hard to live on the rent. Rent is extremely expensive, and living costs you could probably go by with rice and meat and veggies, some balanced diet, but rent, you just work for the rent. And so he's got his own property, and I think he has 2 daughters. They both live somewhere in the States, I don't know. But he told me he chose to stay in Hawaii because he knows he clocks in at 8 a.m. in the morning and he clocks out at 5 p.m. and that's it. He goes back to his family and he spends time with his family. This is a person who is, I don't know how old now, but he's realized that in his own country it's not like that. And so again, if you're not a family oriented person, you might think twice if you want to come here. I didn't do that, and especially if you're in the business of teaching English, when do you think you can teach English? You can make big bucks teaching English in Japan, actually, and in Korea, and like anywhere in Asia. you can make big bucks teaching English, but you have to understand also that if you're okay with that, if you're a single person, maybe it'll work out for you. It will be just great for you, actually. You have the mornings and the lunchtime all for yourself, and then you start from the afternoon and until the evening. Why? Because the kids go to school in the morning. Yeah, they go to school and they have after school activities, so they go home around like 4 or 5. Probably get dropped by to have an English class, and then eat dinner and go to bed and stuff like that. That's how life is. It just every day is like really fast rolling. And so your part is to teach them in the evenings, and then as they get older, you can have later hours. Like my beloved husband decide that it's totally fine to teach from 9 to 10 high schoolers. It's just, what the heck, my kids have to be in bed according to Japanese standard for elementary schools. Kids have to be, I think from 1st to 3rd grade is, I think, at 9, and then from 4th to 5th, 6th, you can go to bed at like 9:30 and 10. It's like a mandatory thing, you guys. They're not gonna come and check in your house, of course, when your kids go to bed, but you check a box every morning, actually. If you did the poo-poo thing in the morning, if you brush your teeth regularly, if you go to bed at this time and wake up at this time. I don't think my kids do any of that. They do go to the bathroom once a day. I just told them it doesn't have to be in the freaking morning all the time. It can be in the afternoon. It can be in the evening. Just make sure it's not at school because that's dirty. So when brushing teeth is a must too. Their mom has been raised by a dentist, so yeah. The rest about going to bed is like, I mean, they can sit in the bed at 9 and they can talk till 10:30 from their beds. That's because they're all three together. So yeah. Oh, my cute person, look at her. She's using her bunny for a pillow. And my little guy. Anyway, so yeah, so teaching English in Japan can generate a lot of cash for you. And that's lots of my friends do that because it helps them pay for their loans back in their home countries that they took for education. And so yeah, it will work, except if you decide to have a family, especially if you're the lady and you want to have a family and you have to have children. You're pretty much raising your kids on your own. That's what it is. Because let's face it, when your kids come home from school, that's when your husband goes to work. And if he decides to take high schools and like adults classes, they can prolong from 9 to 10 to 10:30. I don't know. Maybe he can add from 10 to 11 a class. I don't know. Maybe from 11 to midnight. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised. These days, I'm not surprised of anything anymore. The point is, kids are already home, fast asleep in their beds. So it is what it is. So imagine that kind of family. It's like, and you would think naturally, like, or I've been told in the mornings I'll be with the babies, to give me a hand so I could do my chores. Bull crap, nothing. It's like from the morning grabbing his keys from his building and just leaving, or I'm gonna go for a jog, grabbing the car keys and going somewhere in the park to run, because around the neighborhood is not okay. It's not fun. Don't think it works for some people. So yeah, life is fun in Japan. Everybody's individually doing whatever they want, and yet there's so a teamwork, togetherness, blah blah crap. It's just so many paradoxes. It's like we do this that way, but also we do that in that way. Kind of like, what? So confusing. It just makes me so messed up. you don't really know. It's like you cannot really be yourself. You have to be always constantly like on your toes, like, what do I say? How do I think? What do I expect? Why is he doing that? Why they're responding the way? Like, it's just like, why, how, when, what, why am I here? Why am I here for so many years? And I'm so tired of it. I'm just tired of life. I can cry for hours. I'm so tired of this crap here. And yeah, again, if you're a family oriented person, you could think twice if you want to be here, because I am. And also, I'm a private person. I really don't like people like a sea of cars in front of your house Monday through Sunday. Yeah, it's like you can't take your car out. You cannot really open those freaking doors and windows and just feel like nobody's watching, you know. One time we had the tent out because I think my oldest was having friends over for a sleepover, whatever. And I think it was still springtime. And after that, with the babies, like all my kids, all 5 of us, all 6 of us were in there. And in the tent. And I guess we were loud. I don't know what it was. We were loud and we were laughing so hard. And the babies were laughing and the boys were playing with them. And somebody was like playing with my hair, making funny shapes while I'm lying down. It's just like that. And so at some point, because we have a wall, but like there is like this gap between the wall and the house where people can actually park there and see us while we're doing there. And there is no privacy, that's what I'm saying. And so we were in this tent, and the tent is facing towards the parking lot. There is a fence, but there is also a gap, right? And so we're laughing and having fun there, and there's this grandma comes, sticks her head and starts asking questions. And I was like, what's going on? And the boys were like, I have no idea, Mom. I don't know why she's there. Like sticking her head and asking us like, I guess maybe she thought somebody was in trouble or something. Like, I don't know. Maybe she thought we were doing something, like somebody was getting in trouble. I don't know how loud we were, but we were just having fun. So I just stared at her and I'm like, what do you want? Like, what's going on? And she just got back. And because, you know, they drop kids and they get back in their car. Sometimes they just stay in the cars with the engine on to enjoy their AC. And sometimes they just take off, do their shopping or whatever, and they come back, pick up their kids and things like that. And so, yeah, it was hilarious though. Like, what the heck? Just leave us alone, please. Please, we're on the premises of the house, not premises of the freaking school and parking lot. Just please leave us alone. I'm that kind of person. I'm not like, let's have the whole town and over here and let's talk stories all night, you know, all day. Like, I'm not like that. Honestly, like my job in Hawaii was a tour guide, so I would be talking to people all day and I would be just exhausted. At the end of the day, I just want to go. And I didn't want to smile because my face was so tired of smiling all day. And of course, I did it naturally. I didn't smile. Like, I cannot pretend smile. But so when I have bad days, I don't smile. You can imagine. It's visible. But like, I remember being really tired at the end of the day. I just want to be quiet and peaceful place where there's no people, no sounds, no noise, no nothing. And just do whatever I like and enjoy to do. And that was pre-kids time. Now it's a different story now. Oh my gosh, last night the twins decide to sleep from 7 till 8 p.m., which is pretty much about bedtime, right? And then they decide to do that and wake up at 8. And because they were still tired, it's like nighttime, their body knows it's bedtime. They're tired, so they start crying. I mean, that was some serious screaming for like over 40 minutes. Trust me, I was so tempted to grab the car key, to leave them all 5 there, and just go for a drive somewhere, just to be quiet. Excuse me, guys, it's really hot. So that was like, wow. And they eventually were okay. Fell asleep naturally. We just went to watch some, YouTube music videos, like whatever we enjoy right now watching. I learned a lot about my kids and their interests, and just spending time with them, listening to different things we can share. Sometimes it wouldn't be a music video, it would be just something funny again on YouTube, and we just enjoy time till 9:30 together, and then they go to sleep, and by the time those two are probably rolled somewhere on their futons with their blankies and sleep already. So it's really fun. I enjoy that, those little moments together. Otherwise, there wasn't their computers, games, homeworks, practices, and dinner is like nowadays not everybody together. Just seriously, my oldest, he can eat in 3 minutes everything in his plate and just go, and that's it. That's how it is. And when he hears me like starting yelling and like at the others, he knows that he has to come and help a little bit, because the babies are screaming, mommy's yelling. It's just a mess. But when I look back at all that mess, for me, it's like sacred, It's sacred. It's something that it's just you and your kids, and you and your family, and nobody can be that and know that, and just you and your feelings, and and your experience, and just you and your family. It's just really sacred to me. And going out there and choosing deliberately to not be part of it is like, what the heck were you thinking, dude? And the funny part is like, well, I'm working hard. I'm just busting my butt, working so hard to sustain those 5 kids we have. Well, first of all, nobody told you can have 5. I love my 5 kids, but that's not the point. And nobody asked you to be in this freaking expensive country, which is your home. But unfortunately, everything's so expensive, like insurance, health insurance, taxes. And that was not my choice either. So just please shut your mouth and think to complain about something else. Yeah, if you guys are not family oriented people, just don't even. It's not worth it. You come for the money and you just become a different person. I see it, because I've been here for so many years, and I see what it does to the English teachers. Some of them just come to see and taste of what Japan is like, and just go back home right after college. Others, especially male English teachers, they tend to stay and stick around and get themselves a sweet little Japanese lady, marry her, and then start having kids. And then what do you do all your life? English teacher. But of course, it will be fine, because if you're the male and you're an English teacher, you're doing all the work in the evening, and then she's the one with the kids at home. That's no problem, because she can be the one having friends around, going out in cafes with her friends, and leaving her children in nursery schools and things like that. Life is fine. Life is great. But if it's the other way around, don't even ask me. Seriously. With that all said, I think for now, I don't know what to tell you guys. in every country people can both parents can work, and it can be hard financially, and especially if you have 5 kids. It's no joke, okay? It's not a joke. There are 5 individuals you're raising, and 2 of them here are the same age, so and they're getting more mobile and getting more naughty and trying to reach places and do things that I have to explain to them why it's not okay to do, and I get really tired of it. But if you have 5 kids, or we're planning to do that, you better make it at least easier for your spouse to feel comfortable, and not like just ditch them in the house and pretend life is wonderful and go and brag with your diplomas here and there and make yourself known, and that's all good. It's all great as long as you're not a really self-centered person, you know. I'm going to attend this meeting, I'm going to meet with that person, I'm going to help those people, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. Good. I'm glad you have twins at home who probably, I mean, they know him, they do. It's just they know he is the guy with the phone, and that's how all my kids know him, actually, when I think about it. I was having flashes yesterday of the 3 boys being so small, and my other 3 kids, and just piling over him, and just for attention, right? Like, and he'll be just like staring at his phone, just like laughing here and there just to engage a little bit. That makes me so sick, though. I'm not saying you have to be constantly engaged with the kids all the time. They have to have their own time and play, you know. But you're not home all the time. Get your freaking face off that thing and have some human time, you know. You know what they should start teaching, and from elementary age, instead of like, hey, here are your iPads, do your math problems on the iPad. They should actually teach how the kids can help their parents at home to stay away from those devices. That would be a great lesson. It will be very helpful for the parents. Will be ashamed, actually. And if they are not, because they've been for centuries doing that, even with the old style phones that were opening like this, then what the heck is this society, man? I just wonder. Of course, everybody nowadays uses phones everywhere. Not only in Japan, they do it in China with those TikTok videos. They do it in Europe, everywhere. Everybody's on their phones, right? So they should start teaching classes of how in the world you can take your face off that place and try to be a human again, you know? That would be very interesting. An eye-opener. I've seen people here and there being like raising awareness through videos and messages and caricatures and pictures and whatever. But still, again, everybody's glued to that thing here. I'm so close to the rice field here. I'm on the edge of it. My grandpa is preparing it for the rice to be planted. Lots of people planted their rice already. Some are doing it now. But yeah, I understand work is work. Responsibility for family is responsibility for family. But I also think, that's my personal opinion, that I think if you're capable of making 5 kids, you should be capable of taking care of them in a way, not in a out of the house way, but connecting. Anyways, that's just me. That's what I think. And look at that beetle, just flew into the stroller. It's really cute. I used to scream about those things, but now I'm like, you know what? Nice shiny creature. I'll help you fly away with my fingers. Bing! Anyways, I'll leave it to here, guys, and bye bye. He's blowing his own. Yeah, just sometimes put that thing down and rub your dog next to you. Play a board game with your kids. Go out for a walk with your family. Watch a movie together. Go to the beach. Laugh a little with them. Just do something to know that, for them to know you exist, you know? You're there for them. And there was like this quote that Facebook reminded me of like a couple of years ago. I think it was saying something like, I don't remember word by word, but it was saying something like, your kids should know that there's at least one person, at least one, could be two, or if you include the grandparents too, that would be great. That there should be like at least one or a few of those people that your kids should know that love them no matter what their choices are, no matter how many mistakes they make, no matter how different they could feel or are. They should know there's at least one person who loves them just the way they are and forgives them and keeps moving and trusts them, and so they can trust that person or people. Something like that. It was just really beautiful. And it was a good reminder for me. Sometimes my kids really, really, really drive me nuts. And at times I can hold it. At times I just blow it out because I can't handle it due to maybe hard day with the twins or too much work I've done around the house and just really tired. And then I'm like, it's not their fault. It's not their fault that I feel absolutely miserable here. It's not their fault. That's all they know. All they know is here and this. And they don't know why mommy's the way. They don't know why mommy grew up and what mommy did when she was little. They don't know much about mommy's roots. Unless I tell them, and I do tell them sometimes a lot of stories. I tell them. But it's different. It's very different. Like if they saw, if they could feel, if they could experience with their own, it would be much better. So those 4 summers ago when we went back home and when they were playing with the mud at my dad's place, it's just like, it brought memories, you know? I'm like, oh my gosh, I was doing the same thing with my sister when we were little, you know? And it was just beautiful. It was just beautiful. Then my dad was the young one and his parents were the ones taking care of us, and now he was done taking care of my kids and I was the mom, the parent. It was just amazing how it was just beautiful. And here what? They just come home like machines, come home from school, do their chores, do their games, go to bed. Next morning, same thing. Just a sad, yelling, depressed mother at home, and very much yelling person as a dad as well, because you know, perfectionist. Everything has to be a certain way, and you should be thinking about others all the time. When you decide to be late, to be out of the house after 7:20 in the morning, you're making all those other neighborhood kids to wait for you. So it's like this guilt. Don't you feel bad about being late? Yeah, every time I hear that, I'm always like, don't you feel bad for how many years you've been like neglecting your own children and playing with other kids out and teaching them English and being nice to them. Well, it's different because they're not my kids. Also, our kids are just for the trampling of the feelings of like, yay, let's be a teacher, let's teach them how to do it the right way. No, everybody's different. Everybody's different. We teach good habits, but we cannot make them do things unless we live those things ourselves. I'm sorry, it's just so hypocritic. It's so hypocritic. And yeah. And no, by the way, I don't have any guilt playing with my phone all the time, because it just makes my brain wins. It feels good when I win, like things like that. I'm like, sure. Yeah, you go live with your phone by yourself, actually. That would be great. That's the first thing you touch in the morning. The last thing drops out of your hand, I hear at night from the other room too. So yeah, go ahead, live with your technology. Be connected with people all the time. Share your knowledge and stream your ideas to the world alone, by yourself. Fun times, guys. Fun times in Japan. So fun that this makes me want to scream out from the rooftops. Get me out of here, people, seriously. Alright, I'll just leave it here, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.